Hey there. There's a lot to be angry about these days. There's a ton of uncertainty, loss, a lot of fears of what's coming next. How we all continue to be played and divided, our emotions getting pulled 6 different ways from Sunday with some really powerful sights, sounds, and experiences. And for many of us, we've felt like we've had no other option than to just sit in it for it's been over 5 months already. Damn. That's a lot. And you know what? It sucks. It's scary. And we all have things that, there's certain things that scare some of us more than others. And that changes from person to person. Does it make it any less important, despite what we're told? No. But it feels like not everyone is seeing what we see, which can scare the shit out of us. And it's understandable. And you're not being seen, and you feel more and more pissed about that. And you find that your bubbles are filled with either people that are just as pissed as you are, or people that are pissed at you because your pissed priorities are not in alignment with their pissed priorities. And so instead of being able to let it go, the anger takes over. You scroll obsessed and you keep finding and retweeting all the things that prove your point. You stop being able to process if shit's actually true or not. And your emotions, they're true to you. And we're just going to keep it there because that's the truth. It's true to you. First thing I want to say is I honor your anger, and it's perfectly okay to feel all of that, the pain, the fear, the frustration, feeling like nobody's listening, nobody's seeing you, nobody's paying attention. There's other questions that can be asked, of course, like what's mirroring back to you or what we're adding to it and stuff. But you know what? That's going to be other content for another day. Let's just lock in and just see that anger. Let's see it all. Let's see every article and video that frustrates you, every rumor that scares the shit out of you, and how in your mind all that you fear might be coming at you. See everything that's been lost. All that uncertainty, all that resentment. Just see it. Let it all serve its purpose. And it has a purpose. And it's very important. Let the anger tell you everything it needs to tell you. Let it all be heard. Scream with it. Cry with it. Take it for a drive or a run. Whatever you need to do. If it's asking you to speak your feelings in wherever direction it needs to, then you have to do it. Just speak your truth. Don't add anything you're going to regret later, of course, but say what you need to say. Hear what you need to hear. And then thank that anger and allow it to go where it needs to go. It served its purpose. It doesn't need to stay. It's when it stays longer than it needs to, when it dwells and it simmers and it just kind of boils over and just bleeds out everywhere. That's when the damage is done. That's when it really screws things up. But anger in itself is not a bad thing. It can be a very important teacher with some really big lessons to share. Like most things, it serves to share its lessons and then move on. If you can't let it go, then you got to ask yourself why. Ask how that's serving you. That's not a trick question. Seriously, ask how it's serving you, because if you're holding on to it, it's somehow serving you. Connect to that. Connect to that, to all of it. Write it out. Talk it out. Use a voice recorder or a voice app. And then ask the next question. Ask how it's killing you. You know all the health risks. You've seen all the articles. You've talked about how it leads to higher risk of stroke or heart attack or disease. We've learned there's, studies about how even small bits of anger knock out your immune system for short periods of time. And how anger fuels both your anxiety and depression and can really add jet fuel to other mental health issues. And we know that when we try to stuff it, it comes out somewhere. Violence or rage or addiction or the physical stuff we talked about. We know how it can destroy relationships. So, study all of that and sit with that. If you struggle with seeing it and you need some help, hit me up. I'll be glad to help you out. Find ways for it to not overstay its welcome. Turn off the news, and if there's whatever's really pissing you off and triggering you, mute it. Take it off your feeds. Find ways to focus on finding joy and finding laughter and connecting with your other emotions and staying present in the moment and just being really aware of what's around you that's good. Because even in this, there's still a lot of good. Allow the flow of all the emotions. Let them all be seen and heard as they need to be. Joy, fear, love, anger, excitement, sadness, hope, frustration. All of them deserve to be felt. They all have their voices. They all serve their purpose. Allow them that, and allow them to release. Thank you for watching, and be safe and be well. Much love.